Is it at all? No, no. It's not showing. It says one waiting. What? Oh, there we go. Okay. So, you heard all of that. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Helokawans. It's January 2025. Happy New Year. This is the second time I'm saying this. I am your Game Master, Little Cat, for Immortal Part 2, a high-level D&D campaign with your friends, Ben, Ida, Kung, Mike, reprising the roles as Bosk, Goodluck, Zekin, and Speaker. Joe will return on a later date because life stuff. You can say hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
Hi
In
guys.
in session 47, the gang finally met up with the recipient of the last bag. There was a fair bit of lore dump, and the dude seems to trust you guys with his conspiracy wall, which is actually a hotspot wall, less a conspiracy wall, and the conspiracy is all in his head. Some questions were answered regarding the missing children. You'll find out that the through line in his mind seems to be that the children of who are missing are the children of the people who he thinks were actively fighting for change. Some he knew, some he didn't. So it's tenuous at best. You are given three names as leads: Solis, Nandari, and Sirdal. Solis works at the police station precinct. Nandari works as a flower salesperson who manages to charismatically get people to buy her flowers. And Sirdal is just some guy who sells trinket, and he's very flamboyant and loud, and he's around. Anyway, after finding all of these things, you all retire for the night. Gunlag still missing from the picture. And during rest, Bosk had a curious nightmare episode, but managed to come out of it unscathed. The next morning, they find their disguise items gone and are thankful to have bought practical disguises and a ridiculous amount of hair dye for Speaker and Zekin, who, funny enough, is covered in hair. The new day also comes with Zekin's tired brain as he manages to slowly catch up with the one night of sleep. But it also made him jump the shark and forgot that generally work shifts, especially with a post office in this town, ends at 5. But there might be a chance he might catch the postman during his lunch hour, which is fine. We move the picture to Boss and Biro, who eventually track down Nandari, who sort of shows them the trick of her trade as she manages to get people to buy her flowers at exorbitant prices, especially since they've been to the original market that they bought flowers before. They weren't this expensive. Must be city prices. Asking a few questions, or at least trying to ask a few questions without sounding suspicious and trying to be discreet, they sort of invite her to become a florist for a imaginary child's birthday party. I would like to start with Speaker and Van, who we didn't manage to get to last year because time ran out. Speaker, you find yourself waiting at the police precinct with Van, who's just observing people, and in front of you are people just talking to a policewoman. You're pretty sure, with Second's help in identifying previously, that this is Solis. She is an older lady, probably in her early 30s, with brown hair mixed with white, tied up in a French braid. She sees off the person who she is attending before you, and sort of comes back to her station, which is sort of like a reception desk, but you know she's not just a receptionist. She's been watching, like she's very observant, or so you see. Before she gets to the table, she slightly adjusts herself before greeting you. Good morning. How can I help you?
Mike, you're still muted by
Okay.
the way.
Let me just recap.
This is
This is Solis.
what Deacon has mentioned of Solis is that he knows the name. He's not been able to befriend her, and she doesn't like him.
From the stories that Second has told you, she doesn't like him because he seems to be uh, siphoning information from the new police
Hmm.
people, and she doesn't like that information going out to the public because there's a few times where she cornered Zekin and accused him of being a unscrupulous reporter looking to make a quick buck out of the misery of other people.
Reporter?
Yep. I don't know how Zekin took this, but that's her assumption right now. Like he shouldn't be here. He's a random person and he seems to be asking a lot of questions.
Okay, she doesn't like the questions. Uh, Let me also. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up with some old information. And her name was dropped by Topher
Yes.
in that like in what context that she could know something or that she's involved in something or I'm trying to
Topher dropped
figure
the
out.
name because she definitely knows a lot of things. She is a prominent member of this particular police precinct, and it's nearby the place where uh, a set of children went missing, specifically the one with Turtle Guy Craig. And from Kang, you know that she is quite aware of the goings on of the precinct itself, which is a big question mark because if she knew a lot about the precinct, shouldn't she then know more about what's happening on the ground? Topher is
Especially the
unsure
missing.
about this and sort of gives the name to you to sort of do your own digging.
Okay, cause there's like two angles I can approach her, but I'm trying to think of which one. Like, cause she doesn't like questions from people that like don't seem like their business knowing. So that's okay. Basically, we don't know if she's like more of the cover up sort or like someone working on our side but opposite factions, kind of different factions kind of thing, or so like I have to approach her differently based on whether or not with the risk that she may be working for the wrong side. Makes
Valid.
sense so far?
Yep, valid. Topher did tell you he is unsure whether she's attached to any of the quote unquote good guy groups.
Mm.
And she works for the police, and because all cops are bastards, she's probably working
Mm.
for the matriarch, he thinks. But you know, she's a pretty good bet in trying to get information. How? He's unsure. He doesn't really speak with her.
Okay. Uh, how recent was the most recent kid disappearance?
I forgot what I told you guys. Like, was it a month? Like a month before?
I remember based on my notes, it was like a month, so more or less somewhere in between that timeline. Because it's also hearsay, so it's not sure is it right or wrong.
Mm. He does confirm with you, like previously, that some of the disappearance aren't actually publicized. So it's like some kids go missing if it makes too much of a distraction within the city and people can't help but know, then they don't tend to hide it. But if it's more of a sidelines case with maybe one or two people who observed, they'll push it under the rug. And he knows this because he's been keeping track of missing people's children
Okay,
specifically.
so the one like a month ago
Is high
was
profile.
a was okay, but that he knows, are there more recent ones?
No.
Okay.
It seems that the most high profile one, the recent one, I don't know, scared them off, maybe. There's a lot of questions in the air.
Uh,
Like, He's connecting dots that might not be there.
Okay, the one that was a month ago that was high profile, was that the one with the turtle in it?
Yes, that was Crag's.
Correct. Correct. Right, sorry, this is a rough thing to come back to at the first session after a month. Huh? Hey, cause we have to find a way to like ask into this, but have a legitimate reason for doing so that's not uh snooping and okay, what do we know about the kid that went missing? What are they connected to?
He told you that the kid that went missing, according to Crag as well, that Crag didn't know they were even kids, thought they were halflings going to jail. He, Topher told you they were actually kids from a I wouldn't say like a lake fishing group. There's probably 5 or 6 houses in that area that get together and fish and provide people with shellfish and stuff. Otherwise, very normal people with very normal kids, but once upon a time, a mom disappeared and left her child to the care of one of the neighbors, and she didn't come back. That was the one that he knew. And he's pretty sure there were other little people / children in that group, which you can confirm with Craig's story. There were 2 others, if I'm not mistaken.
That also went missing.
Yeah. So Craig was walking with like 3 short people before Darkness and Flashbang appeared, and then the short people disappeared after he heard like a kid scream.
Is it known if the other 2 were kids also?
No.
Okay. So we only know that for sure one of them was a child.
Yes, and Topher can tell you specifically who one of the children were. But he's not sure who the other 2 are.
Okay. They are from a lake fishing group, you say?
Yes, from a bit further away, maybe about 2 kilometers. Still underground.
2 km away. Are they anywhere near the farm or something? They're
No,
all different area?
not at all. Different area completely. Like, as you've been wandering around, there's no lakes here. But again, we spoke about how the crops and stuff is irrigated, so there has to be some kind of well water, some kind of water catchment area. So it must be there.
So there's no lakes anywhere near the city itself, so
None.
it's be much further away.
Correct.
Wait, okay, so this, how did news come of this? Because, like, the mom lives very far away from the city, is it?
He knows of the mom.
Okay. As in, the mom disappeared and left kid to the neighbors. Like, these neighbors would be very far away from the city, is it?
They live in the same area. So let's say like 4 or 5 houses, all they do is fishing or clamming, whatever. And then the mom's like, oh, I gotta go to whatever. Can you take care of my kid? And then the neighbor's like, okay. And then the mom never came back.
Sorry, let me restate that. The mom, like, that said all this happened to the neighbor and they are like very far away from the city, is it?
Okay, imagine 5 families living 2 kilometers away from the city near a lake.
Okay.
They all fish.
2 km away near like.
They all do clamming. They all provide some form of service. And then one of the fishermen families, the parent decides to go somewhere, but before she leaves, she tells her neighbor, can you take care of my daughter? And the neighbor says, okay. And then the neighbor
we know?
Uh-huh.
Do we know where the mom said she was going to?
No.
Okay. does the mom go by herself to the city often?
You're not sure?
Hmm.
I mean,
Okay, not
they
sure.
work, and she's a single mother, so
Okay. Uh. Oh, what happened to the dad?
who knows? It's one
No
of
idea
those
about
like
that.
single
Okay.
mom. Do you really want to ask a question?
Okay. How long ago did the mom disappear?
Unknown.
More than a year?
Oh no, no, less than that. But
Oh.
generally, not sure. Topher didn't
Hmm.
ask further.
Okay, so she disappeared. This is 2 kilometers away. And then, how did the kid go missing from the neighbor or whoever? Actually, who adopted the kid after?
The neighbor. The neighbor took in, and then
Okay,
one day the kid just went missing.
okay. Neigh-
That was how he got to know that the kid's missing, but he's not necessarily
Okay.
friends with them. Like, you know how news travels and it
Hmm.
became Chinese whispers?
Okay. So the neighbor took the kid. The kid went missing. Like, w- does did the kid disappear from that neighborhood 2 kilometers away, or like, did they
Yes.
come into the city for some? Oh, they disappeared from that neighborhood.
Yes.
Okay, because like kids don't walk by themselves 2 kilometers away to the city.
No, especially a kid that
I
young.
mean, yeah. Hmm.
You're looking at 5 or 6 years old.
Hmm. Okay, so there were 3 kids made to walk. Like, I'm trying to think about. Sorry, I have to wrap my head around this.
Sure.
Okay. Okay. Did Craig say that the three short people? Did Craig say they were like cooperative or like
Yes, they
being
were
told to walk?
quiet. There was two other guards with him, and they seemed
Mm,
to have arrived before him. Is what
mm,
you remember him saying. And the three people that he was escorting with the two guards were very quiet and very subservient. But he also didn't see their
How
faces, like they were covered.
how did the two when you say two other guards, like what did those two guards resemble? Like
Just normal police guys.
normal people of the police guys?
Yeah. Remember, they are being escorted to the precinct. And he
Hmm.
was there as extra protection. That's why he doesn't know what happened and he's very, very distraught by it.
Interesting. Uh,
Was Craig hired by like actual police people, or
No,
was
no,
there
he
no
was
such
he was hired
expectation as
by like
random
random
guy?
guy at bar.
Okay,
He
so
didn't specify
from
which
his
bar.
perspective, like he goes to the place and then like, oh, there are these police people, kind of weird,
hmm.
but I'm not paid to ask questions, and then does
Exactly.
the
So
work.
he was very
Okay.
adamant, and uh, Zekin can tell you this. Like Craig's not the kind of person who asks questions. He does his job.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, there's so many questions here, but okay. So I think I do have an angle. Uh, okay. What sort of identification do we have right now?
None.
None. All
You
right.
have you have
Do we not
a
have the
pass.
employee pass
Yeah, you
too?
have the
Yeah.
employee pass, but that's like it doesn't have your name or your face. It just has who you
Hmm.
are employed under, which is uh, Guy.
Okay. Under guy. And then based on aside from the police officer that like followed us like a super spy style that we're trying to shake
Oh, that
to
wasn't a police.
hilarious
That was like
effect.
a gate
Yeah,
guard.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like besides that one, how did the other gate guard seem to react to the name of Guy? Like how does Guy seem to be perceived in the guard slash enforcement side?
Guy's name didn't pop up at all in conversation. You recall
Okay.
that during the talk, because you were answering the
Mm,
questions, all you saw was what's her name, looking at your trinket, scanning it, writing something on a piece of paper, and then
mm,
distracting the other person by going around.
mm. Okay. Okay. 'Cause I'm trying to figure out whether it's good or not to name drop Guy as employer kind of thing,
I mean,
which is
he
the
seems to be living a comfortable life up up top. Nobody seems to be um, after him for any reason, and he
oh
does seem to do a
uh
lot of trade.
okay then that okay the mom and kid that that disappeared. Do we have names of them?
You weren't given any names.
Uh, weren't given any names. Okay, so I think like this is the best angle I think we have, which is because gonna say like we are came for work. Business brought him like to that lake place, which is far away enough that I don't think the policeman will ask much about it. And then say that the people there are asked a favor to inquire how the investigation is going on like 1 month from now. Like where's their darling? Anything found out yet? How's that sound to you all? Not the DM, other players.
Mm,
Guys,
I don't
well,
you're very
have
soft.
Everybody's just like,
it's
hmm.
better than what I did.
I do not have objections about that, but
Okay.
I do hesitate because you are uh, yeah, it is using name that probably they might know. We're not sure if they even know people so far out,
I
like
think you
connect
should.
personal
Yeah.
connection
Okay.
wise. Yeah.
Again, this is the bare bones I have to work with, so this is what I'll
Yeah, yeah,
do.
yeah. I
Okay.
think good to
So
just try and then see how it goes and then adjust
yeah.
Yes.
accordingly.
Okay. So speaker, when it's his turn, he will nod and give the lady a smile. Is she wearing a badge or name tag on new wear?
Yes. Name tag very clear. Solace.
Just soulless.
Yeah.
Okay. No rank or whatever, just soulless.
No, just Solace.
Okay. Uh, good. It's morning, right?
Yes, it's morning.
Okay. Good morning, Miss Soulless. Was wondering if you could help me with something.
That's what I'm here for. Good morning to you too. How can I help?
Okay. Shit, what was the fake name again?
Christopher? Like Christopher Smith?
Yeah, okay.
Dude, put your
No, no,
guys
let's
awkward.
just go with Christopher. I don't want to say Smith anymore because it sounds weird as shit.
Just Christopher. Christopher.
But hi, hi, I'm Christopher. So I had some business with the folks by the lake, and they asked a favor of me. They want to know how their missing darling is doing after a month or so. Any news or anything to put them at ease?
Her very neutral disposition actually falls for a split second, and you catch her like giving you like a really sad, despondent eye shift, and then she goes back to her original stoic self, and she goes, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but we don't have anything yet. We'll tell the adopted family when we do.
I think they also wanted to know how it happened. I think it just seemed like a shock to everyone. Like they were asking how it even began in the first place and how did the kid even get there and all that. Anything you can tell that would be helpful?
Well, there was a report that said a kid in the Lake District disappeared one day. They waited for the appropriate number of hours, and we did a search, and it came up with nothing. She looks at you this time, scrutinizing. You got any proof that you're with the Lake people?
He just takes out the little gate pass. I don't know what proof would work, or
She puts her hand
I
out
could ask
to
them.
receive the gate pass.
Hmm.
She takes the gate pass, she puts it in a scanner, and you're one of guys. You're one of Hugh's guys. How
How
is
to
he?
spell that name?
Hugh. H-U. He did mention, like, previously he called himself Hugh Man.
Oh God. So
Yes.
it's a H-E-W and what
H
M-E-M-A.
H-U-G-H.
Yes,
Yes, it's the guy
M-A-N-N.
person and the
The
human.
human.
Yeah,
You
now
know.
he's just Guy, and then we just call him Guy Pierce
Look,
because
next he'll
more
probably
chill.
call himself Lady. I don't know.
Yep.
Wait, so
Yes.
the name that literally came up in the system is Human.
Correct. Because remember, he came up with Guy Pearson when you met him.
On the spot. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, he
Okay,
just
uh,
He's
yeah,
like,
forgot
I
whatever.
got many names. How about you guys
Christopher
call me
will.
Guy Person?
Okay, he will not. Yes.
He's still living up there in his like weird caravan. He doesn't come out, so I don't really know what he looks like. And then she gives you back your trinket.
Yeah, he will nod again and like sort of meet her expression in the middle, the same kind of like I can't believe this guy either.
She nods, and then the conversation goes somber again as she looks at you. She goes, I really don't know what to say, Miss Ami. You know, I don't know her personally, but she seems like a nice lady, and I hope we find the kid soon. But police business, that's all I can tell you.
What name did she drop?
Ani.
How to spell A-N-I?
As far as you know, it sounds like it. Miss Ani.
Okay. Miss Ani. That's the mom, right?
The lady that reported missing, probably the one that adopted the little girl.
Wait, sorry. Oh, she's saying that Miss Ani who made the report seemed like a nice lady.
Yes.
Hmm. Mhm. And then speaker will sort of like bite his lip a bit and say, any news about the mom either?
This takes her back a bit. I that wasn't really public knowledge. I guess you're really close to Miss Ani then. No.
He will not.
we're not even sure when she disappeared. Miss Annie was saying that the last time she saw Cassandra was about 2 weeks before her daughter disappeared. Look, this stays between us and, of course, Miss Annie, but this is not public information. And she looks very stern at you. Like, she really doesn't want to say this. And the things that is coming out of her mouth right now, you can see regret as soon as she said it.
Yeah, he'll nod solemnly and put a paw on his chest between us.
You too. And then she looks at Van, who's just like, do 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 at the back. Whips her head in front and goes, yeah, sure, definitely.
Speaker, how old is Van presenting at the moment?
Van is around about like 19.
Oh, 19, right.
Yeah, they're really young. Like, Van and Mira are both really young. But Van's older
Wait,
because she's a dwarf.
Oh, okay. Oh, she's 19 as a dwarf. Okay.
Yeah. 19
Yes,
in human years, but probably like 150 something in dwarf years.
Okay.
Okay, I think I'll see. Speaker will like put a paw on her as if like reassuring her. I think he will look to Van and say, the kid's name was not dropped, right?
And the kid's name was not dropped. You've got Miss
was
Annie,
it?
you've got Cassandra.
Okay. Did you know is Cassandra's kid well? He asked like Van like that, getting her to play along a bit.
Okay. Van looks at you. This happens in a split second. She's like, oh, I used to babysit her, and she was a really bright kid. You know how 5-year-olds are. Okay, you tell them something, they do something else, and if you stop looking at them, something breaks. Or, roll me a d20 for her with advantage.
Yes. Oh, yes. Thank you, Van. You're good at this.
Advantage because you're helping, and she's worked with you before, so it's like she knows what's up.
I check at speaker desk. Okay, 11
11
plus
is something. Okay. Solus looks at her, and is like, so she was giving the kids some sort of schooling. Yeah. No, you know how they are at the lake area. They don't really need school per se, but they do need to learn how to count money. True. Look, I can't really help you both beyond this. It's part of the job, and I do have to. She looks to your back, and then you realize behind you there's like 3 more people waiting.
Okay. Speaker will ask her, what time does your shift end? Could we talk after that?
She's taken aback by this. I have a break coming up in about an hour. I'll give you 5 minutes. But we speak here at the precinct. You can tell that she's very unsure about this current conversation. Like, you ask the police to go out and have a chat.
Speaker will nod and like sort of mimic her expression back to like indicate that he's also like not very sure about this, but feels like the name Miss Annie deserves some answers, kind of thing. He'll nod to her, thank you for your time. Miss Hollis, and he will step back to let the others through.
She waves you away, and then she continues greeting the rest. Van, this time, now that you've stepped outside under her breath and just loud enough for you to hear. So, basically, what I heard is that she doesn't know anything either. Why do we come here?
I think, uh, I think she knows something, but isn't willing to say it just yet. Maybe they have not confirmed it, or maybe it's so bad that they can't confirm it.
I mean, aren't most police folk in most places knowledgeable of what's going on in their town?
That's what I'd assume. So,
I mean, that's
well, we can try with that 5 minutes. If nothing really turns up, then it's a dead lead. But she at least knows the people's names and such.
well. I'm not inclined to stay here for an hour for that 5 minutes. I think we could go wandering around, maybe
Mm.
check on the rest. It's not that far where they are, and then we can swing by back here.
Mm.
And then she looks up at the sun. You know, telling time down here is pretty easy considering the sun's
I
bog
agree. I
standard.
wasn't planning to stay here. It looks much too strange if we stay the whole hour.
Right,
We
as
can
if we
walk
have
into it.
nothing else to do, and you did show her your sort of pass key, and it'd be strange for us to be working for human and not be doing anything.
Alright. He'll walk and talk with her, and that was a good improvisation.
Thanks. Well, I was learning from you the entire time. We've been hanging out. You do have like a knack for turning into other people. Although you're a pretty big guy. I hope to learn more things. She nods and she's looking around. So do you want to catch up with the Catman or with the doctor?
We coincidentally all gather back at the post office.
Could be.
Let me think. Actually, now that I think about it, does there seem to be any shops catering for children around this area?
No, there seems to be a police station. There are some shops that, yeah, there's food shops, coffee shops. There seems to be some kind of government offices in and around. There's a lot of people moving around. They're also very smartly
Okay,
dressed.
maybe not this area, but since we came in as from our 2 days here so far, did we see any shops catering to children?
Oh yeah, heaps. There's a toy shop.
Okay.
There are bookshops catered to children specifically. There's little playground areas. There's kindergartens. Like it's definitely
good,
a
good.
lively city where if you go around you'll see like a shop with
The
balls.
kid disappearance hasn't killed that whole economy yet.
No,
That's good
there's
to know.
no such thing. Business
Okay.
be booming. Except maybe they're getting more
Okay.
computers now because they can't go out. No, I'm kidding.
Okay. Did we agree with the group on a meetup time or something?
I would say yes. Like this
Yeah,
is standard operating procedure for all of you at this point.
Right, because I can't remember. Anyway, he will meet up with the others to brief them. But make sure there's time to get back here within after an hour, so he'll get back and update everyone.
Okay.
The ones he did know, is it gonna be that shitty tavern where Craig visits again? Is that the meetup place?
You can meet up anywhere you want. Like you can discuss now and decide on a place.
I think the meetup place is near the post office. 'Cause
Okay,
that's
most
where
of-
checken's gonna be.
Is
He
it
needs
it
to
near
be,
the
like,
shitty fountain
within
where all the
view.
spies are?
No. The shitty fountain is quite far away. The post office is
Okay.
about 20 minutes walk away from where you are, where the police station is.
Okay, we'll say that that's the meetup place.
Yeah,
So
and the furthest
he'll walk back to
away
the post office.
would be Bosk because Bosk had to do a bit of walking to find the lady. But
Okay.
That's a
So
bright flower woman.
so we'll meet and regroup.
okay, you meet and regroup. In the interim, while you're going to intercept Zekin, who is okay, Zekin
Having
is
a
really
coffee
good at
opposite the post office.
exactly. He's used to staying in one spot to observe his quarry before a shot is taken. So he's just standing there. He's just watching people. But before that, Ida, Gunlag has been away
Yes.
for an entire half a day, and actually no, a whole day at this point because it's getting
A
too
whole day.
past noon. You've just had lunch. What is Gunlag doing?
Good luck. Look,
Alright,
I missed my
so-
friend. Need to go find them.
Yes. So just to clarify, because I left like around lunchtime, has half an hour passed or a day and half an hour?
A day and half an hour. Like you had asleep
okay.
somewhere, nondescript, wherever
Yeah.
you want. And
Somewhere
then you woke up, you shenanigans again. And then now you're
Yeah.
like, I should probably look for them.
Yes. So Gunlog has definitely had a little walkabout. Been looking around, doing some soul searching. I was wanting to go talk to Guy Person again, but that might be better to do after seeing the party, I think, because it sounds like lots of things have happened.
Yes. And by the power of magic, you somehow knew there'd be somewhere in that particular area. Roll me a
Yes.
d3 to see who you bump into first.
Ooh. Wait. Slash R. 1d3. Oh, our internet be slow today.
3.
3.
You actually walk straight into where the post office is at, and you're just ambling around. You're watching people, people doing their people things. It's past lunchtime now, and you see people scurrying back to their offices or doing their work. You see people carrying food to take home to their families. You see merchants with their wares that they
Wait a
carry
second.
with them, so sort of
What
continue
disguise are
selling.
you using, Good luck?
That is true. What do you look like?
Wait, so who am I? I just look like me, but with like food fully covering my face. Like,
Okay, that's fair.
hood up.
It is not.
Because I'm like, shit, thing don't work in, but also, she's been out at night in the darkness anyway, so it's like,
It is not.
surely no one will know.
It's not strange to see people hooded
Oh,
up
no.
here. And you are confident enough that how you walk, you don't look like a robber or something. You walk around, you
No,
see some.
it's more concerned if I'm being recognized as me, to be fair.
Yes. So far, nobody really looks at you. Everybody's got their own thing to worry about in the inner city of this place. Like, it's very lively. It's very comfortable. How do you feel about how chill this place is? Like, children have gone missing. Bullshit is happening up top, but everybody seems to just be living their lives.
It's strangely reminiscent of Roar, right? Like that busy city, there
Yes.
is people being, disappearing every day, or
Mhm.
at least from time to time. Like, shit happens, and when it doesn't happen to you, and maybe not to like your closest people, then you get on with things because you can't just be constantly worried about what might happen. So I think it's one of those things where like I can tell that there's a tension in the air around the city because we have noticed a few times that the people do seem concerned, but then at the same time, it's not the only vibe. So
Okay. You amble around. Kang, what is Zekin doing? Like, how does he look waiting at a far street corner? Just, what are you
Uh,
doing?
He has decided to go on to don a look of a beggar.
Ah,
Just
yes.
like have you just have his clothes all dirtied up with the dust and dirt of the ground. His face is black, so it's like can't even dirty more than he's able to, but he can have like dust, something dirt around it, and just kneeling there with mask kit out, but his eyes just keep darting around.
Okay. You are being nondescript and you blend in very well. There are, I wouldn't say a lot of beggars, but there are vagrants around moving, shifting in the space. They're not harming anyone. They just have nowhere else to go. Good luck. Make me an insight and perception check.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Insight.
And
23.
Zekan, make me a stealth check.
Both your
Perception.
disguises are so good. You just
Ah,
walk past
Wow.
each other.
my
Actually,
perception.
uh,
Right.
for Zekan, make me a stealth,
Oh,
correct? Oh,
yes.
and make me a perception check yourself.
Okay.
It's just because we
Uh,
changed guises without going log around or telling her.
Pretty much.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yep.
Yep.
Oh,
Pretty
really?
much.
Okay. Good luck.
You can put
Good.
it this way:
Well,
if
my
Gunlog
disguise is not that
recognizes you, something's wrong with your disguise. Check it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So good
Yes.
You're
luck.
not meant to be found.
You
I mean, like, secret is one thing, but imagine, like, a bugbear the shape and size of speaker walks past in a different color. Like,
Look,
okay?
it
like
might
how
wait a
many
be
of
second.
that
those are there?
it might be that my perception would be high enough score wise to even clock that. I don't know what the DC is.
Okay. Here's what happens.
Mhm.
You actually pass by Zekan, but you don't know it's him because you've passed by other vagrants in the area. But this one in particular feels kind of odd to you. Like it's the feeling of destitute. You know this instinctively because you lived in the slums. You had control of a major part of the slums for a long time, and you know what the air is like. You know what the people are like, and something seems off about this guy. But instead of attempting to engage with it, you brush it off and you keep walking. Zekin, you recognize this lady immediately. This your bitch.
Hey.
Mm.
But she's walking past you like she doesn't know you.
Wait, does
I'll just
Gunlock have her own disguise now that the thing ran out?
She's
mm,
covered.
No, no,
she's
she's
just
just
a
hood
she's just
plus
a
Okay.
fox,
mask.
right? Oh, she's just covered, but
Okay.
I
It's hood plus mask. It's literally what I post.
but I do
It's what you
clock her
posted.
because
Yeah,
I'm just like
you perceive,
yeah.
you're like that's how she walks. You know how she
Okay,
And
walks.
also, I suppose I'm wearing my own traveling clothes that you've been seeing for a while.
yeah.
She's like, I
So
know this bitch.
I raise my mask kit like the box that you usually use to eat
It's like,
food.
oh shit, right? We didn't
Close
help
to
her get a new outfit.
close to her to get her attention. It's just like points for your thought. Points.
Okay. Gunlock will like wheel around
Yeah.
because someone's suddenly speaking to me really closely. And I don't know him. And it's the one that I had like a weird feeling about.
Why is he homeless
Excuse me,
now?
yeah, can I can I help you?
Have you have any spare change?
Maybe.
Make me another perception. Actually, no, make me an insight check.
Okay,
Is
okay.
he real? Does he
It's
just sound
21.
like my
51.
Mm.
Okay, with that 21, Zekin,
Mm.
you're messing around with her, and you know this, but you also know that she recognizes something. Do you give this to her?
I can give this to her. It says like I can show you the darkness that is always I've seen. You've seen it before.
Motherfucker.
Punch the guy.
He's gonna stare in my eyes. I close my eyes instinctively.
No, I'm not gonna do that with you.
You
Thanks.
while you're having this conversation, because Ganak, you closed your eyes. Your body posture changes slightly, and a guy who walks past sort of turns back. You know, if you see something, say something, and he's like, "Excuse me, ma'am, are you being harassed by this homeless person?"
And then I just move my mask kit to that guy. Points? Any change?
He tosses you like a copper piece. He's like, "Go away!
Oh, thank
Stop
you.
bothering young women.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Have a good day." And then he walks off.
I look at Tekken with like one brow raised and like a what's going on here kind of expression.
Mm.
What have you done to my friend?
Why are you begging for money?
I scoot a little bit and like gesture if she wants to
Are
step
they
near
in
me
Are you
or
jail?
changed?
yeah. I just scoot a little bit and see if she wants to stand near me or like just standing at the middle,
Oh yeah.
looking oddly to a beggar.
I'll scooch down like I'll find a little alleyway or something and be like, "Hello, is everything okay there? You look different."
Um, as you already know, the disguise uh, times is up. We need
Yeah,
to look for a new look, and uh,
well done. I wasn't
the
expecting.
yeah, the person with fur decided that we need the whole makeover.
Yes. Um,
So your friend
I
looks
guess black
different.
suits you.
Your friend looks different as well.
I feel like he's a bit more recognizable there.
Mm, but he does look different. Color-wise, few things.
Right. Now
What have
what's
you
going
been up
on?
to? You found anything you were looking for?
Yeah, I think so. Think so.
Okay, so the downloaders. I'm trying to gain an audience with the person that I sent the uh send the we send stuff to this part of the postman before, right? The goods. I think
The
you were there.
packages?
Yes. We're trying to make an audience with them. Um,
Is that what
yeah.
the merchant was giving us packages for, so we could
I
meet up with the
have
correct people?
I have a feeling that all the packages are to people that are also fighting but not aligned with each other. Like I told you before that we don't talk to other groups, right? Like we just do our own thing.
You mentioned, yeah.
Yeah, so each of those packages, I believe, personally, they are a group of themselves.
A coin falls on you. This time it's silver.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
So they were all going to different factions, yes? Putting us in touch with different people.
So yes, but we have a small talk with one of the packages we delivered in the wet mark. Meet someone that
Okay.
your friend was disguised as. Similar looking, actually. Uh, he, after a long talk, bore you with
We are on
the
Discord. I know you're whispering to good luck, but you don't need to whisper on
Oh,
here.
I am not okay. I know that I won't bore you with the details of very long talk. Is that after talking, decided that the time is now to try to connect all the people that is fighting. So yeah,
Yes.
the first connection that person wants to make is with him, this guy over here.
So you keep saying that person, uh, for like 5 different people. I'm not quite sure who's who.
Okay, so the wet
But
mark is one person and the postman is one person.
yes, they want to catch up, right?
Yes, the mid
Stay hook up. That would be a bit weird.
no, the
So how about the people I did the package to yesterday? Do we think they're? Should we go back there?
your
Second, you know
package.
that the person that Gunnar gave the package to, the girl, the
Mm-hmm.
lady, um, Topher knows her, and Topher knew that she got the package.
Mm. So
Okay.
what? I'm not sure how deep that lady is in with the fighting and stuff, but the wet mark person knows about that lady that you deliver your goods to. So maybe
Okay.
it's part of the fighting force. Not sure. It is a little bit off.
Okay. So you're trying to catch up with a postman.
Mm-hmm.
Is he here?
He's working. I'm just okay. Don't laugh. I made a mistake.
I raised one eyebrow immediately.
I made a
Yes.
mistake. I act a little bit rash. I didn't hear. I didn't finish hearing what he wants to say. He said we can meet over there, which is here, and I forgot to ask about the time. So
Your
I
dog is
didn't.
like trying really hard not to laugh.
As you're holding
So
your
you're just
laughter,
See the laughter in her
a
eyes.
16-year-old
standing here.
boy who's carrying a basket of sandwiches crouches down next to the two of you, looks at you, Gunnar, sincerely, and goes, "It's really nice that you choose to spend your time speaking to these people. We must take care of them." And then he gives you a sandwich, and then he gives Kong a sandwich. I mean, second a sandwich, and then he stands up and he walks away.
Thank you, kind sir. And then I just stomp it down.
Wait, did
Cheers.
your begging actually succeed?
Hey,
Yes, he's a
He's
he's good
received
at it.
one
I earned a
silver, one
copper and a
copper,
silver coin. I actually added it
and
into my
one
inventory.
sandwich.
I
He's
don't need to
earned
eat lunch.
more in this one session than we have in like 30.
We hit level 16 so that could acquire the skills to bag successfully.
Oh no.
Hell yeah.
One silver coin.
At this
One silver
point,
and one copper actually.
Yes.
At this point, the Bugbear and Van appears in the vicinity. Uh, you recognize Ekin, easy speaker, because you know you got your hair dyed at the same place and you spoke to the same lady. Um, and he seems to be speaking
You were
to
so clean just now. Why did you roll in the dirt, stupid cat?
stupid cat. Why you
We
wet?
just got you groomed.
Wait, he's dirty again?
He looks scruffy. He looks scruffy. But you recognize him, and you sort of recognize Kunlog. You're like, she is not wearing a disguise. This is concerning. A van rushes towards her, towards Gunlog, and be like, maybe we need to change you into something, you know, a little bit more discreet.
Speaker will also advance. It's good to see you again. He looks around for any like clothes shops they may have passed in the way.
Oh, many. Because you're in a sort of middle class district, you have a few. They're not that expensive, you think? 2 gold pieces will get you a nice outfit.
No, 2 gold feet. Okay, he will also look at Zekan and go, I think we need to get you something better to wear.
And second, you are a professional. This is not your first rodeo. This is just your first outfit change. You are like a Bollywood dance number.
I have a second set of clothes that I can change to.
That is working so well though, so why would you even need to change?
Yeah, I have a second set of clothes I can change
Alright.
to. But yes,
Come along anyway. We'll brief you as we go.
thank you, kind sir. Thank you, thank you. Just stands up with the few coins that I have in my box.
You both, actually, Van, Speaker, and Goodluck, you look around. This is not new for Zekin. He lived here for a good amount of time. He knows what the people are like here. Most of them are nice. Most of them want to show that they're good people. And you look around, you see the vagrants in this area also being fed and given some amount of money. They're not. You think they're not here because they want to be here, but here is the best place for them for their current situation.
Wait. Does that mean they behave differently from like the ones you saw before? You know, the ones who like the alley, like skittish run away.
Oh yeah,
hide
this
kind of.
you're in a different area. Like this is
Ah.
the nice area. This is you think
Yeah,
that if
that's
one of those skittish people, and Zekin can tell you this, if those skittish people walked into this area and one of the existing like vagrants found out, they would chase them out.
The
They'd be
territory.
like, this is my turf.
Territorial
You're
was
not
big.
posh enough to be a vagrant here.
You don't smell stinky enough now. No shade to the unhoused. We know your situation. Anyway, yes. So they're kind of they're not living the good life, but you know they're okay here. So it's surprising to Kunlug.
Okay.
Better than being out in the cold.
Speaker will mention to totally not Zika. And he's like, how's the word on the grapevine around here? Do the folks like you know stuff?
How?
I don't think he's.
Or rather, like,
spoken to the
are
other
these
homeless
vagrants in this district good sources of information or no?
Yeah, that's why I want to like peer into or even ask DM if I have ever used vagrant or like help vagrant for information, like give them tips, food, and even go just for
Does he have
if
any
I have worked
contact?
with them before. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, you've worked with them, but no, you don't have contacts because they come and go, and you don't want them to know who you are.
Yeah, that's
But it's good practice to go down to the streets. It's probably why Zekin so easily blends in as a vagrant because he does this quite often in the before times. But Zekin, you can answer with a definitely yes. Most of them has seen stuff, but it's a gamble. It's a gamble whether or not the information would be good, and they don't do things for free.
I would say that chances are they will have things you want, see stuff you would want to know, unreliable. So it's gamble, you might say.
We've gotten soft again. Let me.
Oh shit! Why? Shit, damn
I
it.
don't know.
Can't.
I did not hear any of that.
Okay, so I said they they might see what they see, and you might get some information out of it, but unreliable. Gamble, I might add.
Okay. Well, it's good to see you again. Crap. What was Goodlock's fake name?
Marie, doesn't
Uh,
matter.
Wasn't she
Uh,
using your like the boyfriend
It
name?
was. It was.
good to
I
see you getting
remember.
fake unlock name insert.
Yeah,
Uh,
Uh,
make up
anyway,
your own fake name.
At this
oh,
point.
yes.
I remember you were using your the friend were sending to.
Yeah. He will say like, are you feeling better now? Doing better?
Yeah, I think so. I've had time for a good think.
Right. We may be here a bit longer, so we got a change of clothes. So let's get you one too. Any? He will look around
Thanks.
the shops. Any of them you like?
Or anything that kind of hides my face, I suppose, under tusks.
We still have like 12 platinum and stuff, so we're still good. I'll let
Yeah.
Gunlock choose her disguise, and we'll just pay for it.
Yeah, so it's
Okay.
easy for you to find places to buy clothes from, hats, cloaks, whatever you need, it's here. Just tell me what you're
I'll
looking
kind
for.
of adapt what yeah, I'll be adapting what I saw a bunch of like people my age was wearing the night before when I was walking around,
Okay,
making sure to kind of like their style,
easy
which should
enough.
probably be quite different from Grunlaug,
You were with the hip
since she's
kids.
250 years out of date.
You actually take ideas from them and you find a really nice pair of pants, some shoes, working shoes, because the people that you hung out with were the
Yes.
working folk, the working class. Nondescript.
Essentially, like someone that would like if they look in a crowd, she will not stand out whatsoever because she'll look like everyone else does.
Yeah. Um, the kids you were hanging out with were more colorful, in a way. Some of them had adornments, and some of those adornments hid their face to a certain extent.
Perfect.
So what? Whoa. Tell me what you look like. You can make stuff up. It just appears.
Hmm. Okay. So, put on the spot now.
We'll get to that. You're shopping.
Yes,
Women be
we're shopping.
shopping. And outside, Van is with you. She's like, oh yeah, I saw this. I saw people dressing like this, and all her colors seem to be
Yeah,
very
Van will
like
help
brown,
me pick up.
browns, beiges, and it's like it's hiding colors. And you're like, no, 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 I don't want to hide because people here are striking. The more
Don't
you
hide.
hide, the more you stick out. And she's like, oh. Um,
Give me that drip.
Second, you are actually outside, and you're the one who sees Bosk walking with Biro, and they're like 100 feet away, going into another street, going towards the post office, because you've sort of circled around to go to a shop somewhere.
Cannot find a
We go to cafe.
cannot find a shop to shop.
Yeah, there's a lot of shops.
No, yeah. Do you want to ask like do you have ideas what to wear, like what to buy? Like I think I know shops around here. I can like take you to them.
Let's assume I successfully get an outfit.
Yeah, so the
Okay.
outfit is successful. You just now see Biro and Bosk sort of turn the corner, about to disappear from your eye line.
I'm just gonna move my spot to somewhere else, but just close by, but not out of not out of eyesight, but still around.
What I'm
Can
saying is you see
see.
them and they're going away and they don't see you.
They don't.
Yes.
Wait, I thought they. No. Okay, never mind. I
No,
just-
you see them.
And they are 100 feet away, about to turn somewhere else.
Do I see
walking
them?
and yapping. We're not really
you
looking for
are
you.
in the shop. You are in the shop with Van,
Yeah, I don't.
and
Yeah,
and
I'm
and
shopping.
actually, where is Speaker? Are you inside playing dress up as well, or do you also see?
You know what? Yeah, yeah. He'll be there like uh more like because when she's picking outfit or that he will update her on the going ons, but using like the deep scan stuff
Oh,
and
okay, okay.
whatnot.
You are the intermediary. What you see
Yeah.
is
Thank you.
Zekins sort of perk up to observe far in the distance, and you turn around to relay the information, and you also see two people you recognize about to turn the corner.
He he will give Van a motion and pat her on the back like go get them. They're cute.
Van runs with her tiny dwarven feet, and a few minutes later, she is huffing and puffing, hands on her knees,
Oh no,
as
we
she
send a 25 movement speed after the people with bonus action dash.
exactly.
It's
She pulls the two back, and she's like, "Oh,
Oh, hey, you're here.
okay. It's Bosk. Bosk is lazy. She's not gonna walk fast unless she has to.
that's. I'm just glad that you choose not to walk really fast, Miss Busk."
Oh, we're in no rush, really.
Anyway,
You know where the
Oh,
well,
we
others
should
are.
we should have a name change as well. Can't
that's
use that.
true. What should we name change to? Also, we found Stacy, because that's her name before,
Oh,
and she's changing clothes.
like- all right. She probably didn't have time to pick up an outfit.
Shakes her head.
Okay, so I did find the florist girl. Maybe I should tell the rest when we're all together. Have you seen the cat anywhere?
Zekin
Sleeping
is
in a
somewhere.
corner. Sleeping in a corner.
Wait, he didn't follow us to the clothes shop?
He did.
Okay. Yeah, Speaker would have TLDR'd him along the way as well.
So Zekin is
Okay.
somewhere pointed
Yeah.
out in the corner, and you're like, he blends in. Yes.
Yeah.
Both like lean
Secret
into Van. Why is he doing that?
I honestly
You know,
don't
considering
know.
how fast Zekan can move, it's like you don't put 1 silver to this beggar, you turn the street, go down, you find the same beggar there.
But this
again.
time he's with a moustache. I actually don't know. He was so talking to Stacy. Every time she says Stacy, it's very obvious that she doesn't mean Stacy.
Yes.
We
stop
really
doing
need
that.
a name change.
Yeah, so Stacy was talking to Tom and Jerry.
Storm.
What do we call him? You know, that guy.
Mume? Oh,
Do you
yes,
think
Mume.
do you think they would know Mume is a name? You know, his name particularly, because you know he's wanted in this place.
I don't think you would give us a name that was wanted.
Good point. Anyway, Mume.
I mean, it is a fake name, right? Why would you have a fake name that's wanted?
I don't know. There's a guy who told us to give duffel bags, and his name is Hugh Man, and what do you call himself with us?
Guy Pierce, actually.
Guy
Guy.
Pearson. Who? she's
Who
like,
names these people?
Nickname.
I want to go there and say like, do not wrap your head around it. You will burst into tears. Don't.
Zekin is thinking this with his mind, but it doesn't pull through because he doesn't have telekinesis.
Yeah.
He doesn't have telepathy.
Telepath.
Wow,
Yeah,
I can't say that
telepathy.
word. Anyway,
Telepathy.
Right, so they're in that store
telepathy.
then.
Thank you.
There you go.
Yeah, they are. Actually, they're almost done. She pokes her head inside. Miss Stacy, are you ready?
Good luck, that's you.
I guess we
Oh
should go in.
shit! I'm Stacy.
You're Miss
Yes,
They
Stacy.
call
now.
me Stacy. They call me Kim.
Of
That's
course.
not my name.
My mom has got it going on. I forget.
Um, uh, she's
Yes.
now sort of gone into the same changing room as you, and the speaker is outside, and she's like, boss came up with actually somebody outside came up with a very good point, and we should probably change our names. But I'm really bad at remembering names.
I'm just gonna go with Christopher since that's what I told the officer.
Oh, that's fair.
Sure, Chris.
I
I
might.
guess I can be Stacy. I just need to remember that I'm Stacy.
Eileen?
I might forget that I'm Stacy.
I will call myself Eileen. And I hope I remember
Come on,
this.
Aileen.
And then she goes outside and she's like, she goes to her brother and she goes, Bob!
Thank goodness,
Oh.
I was just about to ask, like, where was Bureau?
Bureau's
where
right
has the
outside. He's
kid-
just standing
where
around.
God.
Where has the kid that has not been mentioned in the last, like, 2 games gone to?
Hey, he
No,
had
he's
a
been with you
conversation
the
last
whole
week.
time.
I mean, last
Yeah.
week. He was
He
had a
there.
Last
speaking role.
session.
Yeah,
Last
given
session.
what's going on, I
Yeah.
get worried a bit when the kid isn't mentioned for a few moments.
And then
Oh yeah, keep missing.
she goes, Bob!
Wait a
And then
second.
he goes,
Where's Valerius?
Bob? And then you say that he's like, he's got. Wait, we're missing one. Where's the other one?
Oh yeah.
Steven.
I look around. I just noticed there's our Overwatch guy has not been around. Can I look around the rooftop and
Unless
see if he's-
we look around.
And
I
he's
looked
just
at
You know,
the
I
rolling
can
rooftop
never
37.
know if he's actually there.
No, knowing that
Yeah.
he always
That's
hang
him
around.
points at like shining thing on nearby
Yeah.
building.
Rooftop, yeah.
I know that he usually hangs around a higher altitude, like rooftops
Okay,
and
so
whatnot.
what's our in-game justification for Joe being AFK for a while?
You don't know. As far as you know, he's not here.
Can
So
I
that-
try?
Actually, this disappears.
Do one of us have floaty?
I believe so.
yeah,
Yes.
I think Speaker has.
Isn't speaker?
Speaker
Yeah,
has-
speaker was
Tap,
doing
tap.
All right. He will communicate with Floaty and try and reach the other line side.
You hear back.
Where's your dad, floaty?
Flirty's like, "Where's my dad?" And then you hear.
I also try to perceive if I can see where is.
You can't
where
actually
is he?
roll me a perception check, but also a speaker. You hear a familiar voice come back telling you that he's around,
Okay.
and then you hear, wait, I'm gonna do a bit of sightseeing. I'll be back in an hour. And then when he says an hour, you remember you have to get back to the police station.
Yes. So ELDR on boss, blah, and then he goes, all right, I have to go and catch another appointment back there.
Wait,
Yep,
wait.
yep. I will also share that we found the flower girl, and she
Yes.
seems to be able to recommend places that are quote unquote safe, but she might just be saying that
Okay.
to sell flowers.
He raises a brow and says, so what information did you actually get from her about the you-know-what?
That not much that we don't already know, but we can actually nothing much that can be verified. She does have incentive to tell me anything to
But we
make me
did.
feel better about having a party.
Indeed, we did hire her for a child's birthday party.
We
And
need to
she's
get a
too
Oh, we
job.
haven't
smart.
hired her. We just told her that someone might hire her.
Correct, and we'll be meeting her soon in a quite a safer place to have that discussion. Which means we might be able to get more information, and I guess if she knows Topher, then we'd be able to get her to tell us more. He looks at Boskid like, that's the trajectory we're
not-
heading towards, right?
Does she know Topher?
Well, Topher
Yes.
seems to go to know her
Yeah, but Topher hasn't been able to
and verify anything. Well,
speak to her
the
because
thing is, I
he has
recall
work.
he hasn't had time to speak with her.
yeah,
So
because he has work.
exactly, but they both have a lot of work. And then he looks at Gundog. Who are you?
Just
That's
come back
Stacy.
from a little bit of a walk.
I'm just kidding. That's a really striking outfit. You look like one of the people here. Perhaps I should change my outfit to the same.
Well, hey, we can't wear the
Bureau
same
and
outfit.
Van's
Well,
disguise
obviously.
is very good.
They're not bad, but
They
they're
just
not
switched color palettes.
they're not like late teens, early 20s cool. They just are. And Biro always wants to
Copy
be
the
cool.
style, but not like the exact same thing, because that'd be weird, you know? Like,
Of course, no. Well, that would signal completely different things. No, but we can be part of the same gang. And then he disappears into the shop.
Does he have
so
money?
it sounds like we need to get
No.
these 3 people together. Us with us.
I should go pay for his clothes.
He's very fast.
Miko, how much is the clothes total? I was deducted from party funds.
Gunlogs with the full kit, with the face things and the other stuff.
Yeah, I've got some weird, like, half face masks or something. It'd be looking
It's
cool.
about 2 gold and 3 copper, and for Van it's just like 7 silver pieces. I mean, sorry, Bureau. Van is like, why?
Okay, so after that we have seven silver, was it?
Yes, 7 silver pieces.
Okay, we have 11 platinum, 9 gold and stuff.
Which is plenty of money in the grand scheme of things.
Yes.
He comes out.
Just
So
don't go
much.
to a fancy hotel.
We should go. We promised the police lady that we'll meet
Okay,
her for 5
so-
minutes. Do you have any questions for her that we can relay?
Like, based on the TLDR sharing between us, anything new or does that change anything about plans?
Okay, so with the police lady, we think she knows more, but she cannot say or doesn't want to
Doesn't
say
want
because
to
she just
say
thinks like,
because-
oh, I'm talking to like I can't share this
Yeah.
information with civilians. It will cause panic or yes, panic mainly, or they will
Zekin
get
can
angry
tell you,
about corruption.
Zekin can tell you that communication with this particular lady, she has to be very comfortable with you to talk about other stuff other than work, and most likely the conversation will be that of a police person comforting a bereaved family.
Hmm.
So,
Actually, did we get her name from Topher as well?
Yes.
yeah,
Yes,
Topher
the
gave
name
all
that
3
the
names.
luckily
person-
she had a, but luckily she had a badge, so it's like he doesn't come in say knowing her name without having met her like that.
Mhm.
But the names that we were given are all from Topher. The 3% of interest
Yes.
are all from Topher.
Why did he give her name specifically?
She might
Because he
know
thinks
something. Yeah.
she knows she's supposed to know stuff on the job.
Yeah.
Which I think
Like-
she does.
Why her instead of like any other random?
I believe she
Like-
is
officer.
The officer, like high rank
Zakin
officer.
and
Yeah.
him would have told you that she's a very high-ranking person, and she's always at the front counter. She's not a secretary, but she sort of oversees the function of everything. But she's not captain either. She's sort of like a quartermaster on a ship. She's important, but she's not that important.
Okay. So, like, she's in a position to know a bunch of stuff. So it's
Yes, and
nothing
she also knows
about her
all the people.
personally. It's more like her position.
Yeah, she also knows
Yeah.
all the people
Rather than
moving
her.
in and out of the precinct, like all her underlings. She's like, oh, that's James. That's Clara. You know, she came in like 3 months ago.
Oh,
She's
no
new. That kind of
sneaking
thing.
into the precinct because I tried and failed.
Okay. So there's nothing about her that's like, oh, she might be resistance or she might be
He's
I think
not
it's
sure.
she's very professional.
Yeah, she's very professional. Topher doesn't know if she's resistance. If anything, he thinks that she's with the matriarch because she's the police.
yeah. So there's nothing to
Because-
suggest that she might be like helpful.
But
Yeah,
Just that
I'm,
she
I'm,
would
I'm,
know
I'm,
things.
I'm not name dropping anything just
Yeah.
in case.
Yeah.
she does seem comfortable talking about Hugh Man, Guy Pearson, Hugh Guy.
Yeah. He's
They
famous
seem
man,
to be
apparently.
on good standing. Like she doesn't hate you guys, so that's good. And
That's good.
she's sort of mirroring the sadness of a loss of a child and the disappearance of her parent, although she's pretty sure you got this. She thought that you knew the name. She thought that you knew the mom disappeared because you're close to the family.
Yeah.
So that's the
That's
only
the
reason
power
why
of
she
some
would
additional info.
exactly. That's the only reason why she would bother to say you've got 5 minutes. You're walking and talking, by the way.
I don't think any of us have other additional information for you to add on.
Okay, I don't think you got anything concrete from the flower girl yet. As for the other one, which is like, Sir Dal, who was following on Sir Dal? Was that Valerius?
Cyril was supposed to be Valerius.
Yes, Valerius is doing that.
But he didn't find out
The
anything.
trinket man.
No, we didn't get to his part because
Oh.
He
I
hasn't
think
yet talked to trinket man.
he also had a headache or something. No, he had to take care of his dad,
Ah.
and then he bailed early.
Okay. So, yeah, I think this is what we have at the moment. We will
Yeah,
pass. I would say we evenly distribute the party funds, but like more on boss side in case we need to like pay per question for that flower lady.
I do not need
Question
money
for
for
DM.
the-
Did Topher mention like, oh, you should tell her that like you should name drop me when you're talking to
I
her?
don't. Hopper didn't say
No, he
anything
didn't
about
say-
name dropping, right? Yeah.
No.
No.
Okay.
I don't
Knowing
think we're
what you
dealing
guys
with
know
any
now,
resistance.
it corresponds with him saying, "Look, I didn't have time to speak to these people. I need you to do this." It's sort of like a trust buy-in.
Okay, but okay, for Zeken's part,
Mhm.
we are pretty sure this guy is resistance, right?
Yes, the post
100%.
person,
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
but we have nothing yet so far because
Yeah.
they can't
yeah,
say
I
anything
need
yet.
to wait for them to finish work to
Oh,
establish a
God.
meeting. Then we might have something else. But right now
Well,
it's
just-
on wait.
Well, just make sure when you meet them again, you are looking like you first met them. Like, help! This guy lost money and became a beggar in the space of a few hours.
Look, he needs more money for the Squid Games, okay?
Okay, yeah. Right then, we will arrange another meeting point and split off for now.
Okay. Meeting point to be decided later because game stuff. Okay. You make your way back to the precinct, and it is about 2 minutes away from her supposed break time, and you see her sort of with an empty desk. Nobody is in front of her waiting to speak to her, and then she gets up, she sees you, and then she points you into a quiet corner of the precinct. Thankfully, there's no rogues hiding there. being broody. And she goes, "Look, guys, I am sorry I can't help you more. But if I could, you could ask me some questions. If I can answer them, I would."
Okay. Okay. Your speaker will. Well, Christopher will say. What can you share with us in terms of the official reports?
Well, whatever that has gone out to the civilian papers is that the child went missing. That's just it. Next to a whole list of other children who went missing, and that's not under my purview because there are different precincts, but I can tell you there's probably a total of maybe 25 kids, 25 to 30 kids
25. In the last how long?
ever.
Oh,
Yeah,
ever.
so
Okay.
Well, Christopher
Okay.
will
A lot less impressive. Then.
will look sympathetic and says, "Oh, were they all from the lake?"
no, sir. Just the little girl was from the lake. The rest are from various places. It's really odd. There's no real rhyme or reason why these kids would go missing. There was a noble who had their child disappear, and a bunch of people
Even
from
the
the middle
nobles are not
class.
exempt.
One or two from Central Market itself. A vagrant was screaming. At some point, I heard from a different precinct that one of the kids that usually begged in the area disappeared as well. I don't know what's going on.
Okay. Oh, maybe that's quite a bit more. Do you have any names of the do you have any names from the others?
She shakes her head.
Maybe we should have to.
Unless you're part of the investigation crew, we don't really release that information because there's so many of them. And there are unscrupulous people out there who would probably copy and start stealing kids themselves. We don't want that to happen. Also, you seem like you're new here. There's not much you know about Falson in general based on the questions. Where do you
Yeah,
usually
just
sell, trade?
usually up on the surface.
Dangerous times, I heard.
Very.
This your daughter?
S-
This your daughter?
speaker will. This. No.
Then
But her. Well, her parents aren't around, so that strike a chord with us about how things are here.
She softens a bit. Make me an insight check.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, insight. I love having skills.
Yay, 28, big.
28.
She softens from hearing you talk about, being a person who's willing to take care of somebody else's child. Somebody caring. And she's like, that's real kind of you.
The least I can do.
I'm sure wherever your parents are, they appreciate it. And then you see Van make sad face, convincing. But, the kind of sad face that like, it's okay. It's okay. We've been through this. Many of people have said condolences. And she's like, it's good. She's like, she's a strong girl. Anyway, what else do you need to know? I can't tell you names, specific places, although I have given you some, which I shouldn't have.
Sorry, DM. Which of the specific place? Oh, just the one you say where the disappearance happened.
Yeah.
Do those seem to tally with Christopher's red string wall?
Surprisingly, yes. So he's not
Uh,
absolutely cuckoo bananas. He's got some stuff right.
okay. Trying to collaborate the information. So the usual pattern is that the parent disappears first, then the kid, right?
Correct. That is
So
what
the
you
so the
remember.
so the noble is an exception where the kid disappears first.
Mm-hmm. As far as she
Uh,
knows,
Could be unrelated child disappearance, though,
could
right?
be.
Although, I guess it wouldn't be like most of the time, if Noble's child
So,
disappears, there's a ransom that comes after.
yeah. So out of character, this is what my theory is right now. So the people asking for change disappear, which makes sense in a dystopian controlling kind of environment, and their kid disappears next. So what I'm thinking is, you don't take a hostage unless there's something you want with the hostage, and that could be ensuring compliance from the person who wants that hostage to be kept safe. So this could be like uh, kidnapping people and like making sure they say and do the stuff you want them to under duress of the kid or the parent, vice versa, before like letting them go or whatever the case is. And a noble, in my opinion, is too high profile to kidnap without an issue, so they grab the kid instead for compliance. Do you guys
Oh,
think this
yeah,
makes
yeah,
sense?
yeah. I follow. I follow.
Mm.
So,
Huh?
so going to the noble. Do we know the
Yes.
noble whose
Now that's the
kid has
tricky
been
one,
taken?
and this is what speaker will try and angle with. Uh,
Right.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
okay. Uh, speaker will say,
I see the vision.
okay. Did she give a location where the noble's kid disappeared, or just a general
No, she
noble
just
area?
gave you even the noble
She just,
district had some disappearances, and you're like, oh,
yeah, like she
Uh,
offhand mentioned it.
yeah.
okay. I don't know how much of this I'm aware of, but is it considered normal or okay for like civilians to pull some money together and hire a private investigator kind of thing?
It is not unheard of. It happened when you were alive, often. Uh,
Hmm.
this might be something that you may have spoken to Zekin about, and Zekin can confirm that yes,
Yes.
actually, they hire private
Okay.
investigators, they hire assassins, and then he points at
But
himself.
let's not confuse those two terms. Okay. Speaker will say,
Sometimes it's even
uh,
the same guy.
this might be a bit of an ask, but as someone taking care of a kid to another, could we have the contact of the noble because the family wants to pull some funds together for the missing, and thinking at least we can get some others who have similar shared pain into this.
Make me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
He doesn't want
This
to.
is what I was thinking. I am holding an inspiration in case we need it.
Mm.
15 is pretty good.
I'll just spend the inspiration and take the
Not bad.
18.
Okay, 18.
This is worth it.
She looks at you and she goes, I can't, but
Ah,
I'm not gonna cuff you for even asking. I understand what they're trying to do, but that's. Let's just say the noble case is very tightly locked up. and I'm afraid the family does not want any random people coming by to ask for money. She sort of puts her hands up and she's like, not my decision. But I wouldn't go about asking people about enlisting the help of the nobles.
Maybe Topher knows about this noble. Perhaps.
You do remember a pin that Zekin pointed out that is one of the more expensive districts to live in, and you're like, huh, maybe they live there.
Okay, think this noble case was high profile, right?
The noble case is known, like the newspaper would say, noble's child missing.
So the newspaper didn't mention the child,
No.
or rather the name ID. So.
The fact
think
that
normally
it
they keep it-
escaped, like
Yes.
the news came out, is already a problem for the police and the noble family. Like how, who,
Yeah.
why?
Because there's only so many nobles, right? How is there a large noble population?
In here, no.
Yeah.
There's a handful of very prominent members of society, people who are the nouveau riche. There's no elves
Okay.
here. They all live in Ice Root.
Of course, elves would not be caught dead in such a backwater place, surely.
Exactly. Ugh, horrible place. You vaguely recall that the pin at the expensive place was very near the quote unquote sun. On the Hanging Spires apartments.
Are those like upside down? Like
well,
they live in the
I mean,
stalactite?
they do live in the stalactites, but they are definitely not upside down. They are bats. No.
Like how do they get up there? Do they fly?
They're
They climb a ladder?
if you look up, you can see like walkways, like on the side of the walls. They're like highways, but built in, or carved into the stone,
Oh,
or
okay.
whatever magic they used to just make it walkable and
So
safe.
it's like tall ass bridge
Yeah.
that goes up.
But
Or-
you
or they
also
just use
you
the-
also remember that there are elevators, the
Yeah,
tensors
they have
floating
magic text
discs,
here as well. So
and they can get pretty massive.
likely
Hey
they
guys,
might
any
use
any
magic text.
suggestions? Because I think the window is starting to close now.
I think just cut, like, we've gotten information out of her, and best not to push. Like, we know that, okay, this noble in particular might be a lead. We can double back to Topher and be like, hey, so we talked to the policewoman, and things are very hush-hush. As civilians, we can't really get
Okay.
anything from
Okay,
there
then there's
safely.
one last thing that the speaker can ask, which is he'll ask her for recommendation of a PI if she's able to, because he's scared of one that might just take their money and go. Like, is there any sort of
Yeah.
PI that is on good record with the police?
She gives you a name card, which I will furnish with you later. Because at the top of my head, I'm like, a private investigator? I did not write this down. Oh, I do have a name, though.
What silly name can we give him?
What? Silly name? No,
Oh.
there's no silly name. The silly name is Gaia. Gaya.
Oh, not
What?
not
We go to this person, it's just Guy Pearson. It's like, oh, you guys.
It's you! No, it's Gaia. It's a lady.
It's just Guy Pearson with a mustache.
She's
Guy
got a
Pearson
lot of
with a long
style.
hair.
She's got a lot of style. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
But
Now this
Gaia
name
is a
card is
private
useful.
investigator. You can find her at hang on. What is happening? You can find her quite nearby, actually. about 2 streets away is where her office is. And you can actually get there within a 7-minute walk.
All right. Christopher will bow to the Miss Solis. Thank you so much for your time and help.
Miss
It
Solis
will
goes,
bring them some peace.
I know I give you Gaia's name card, but she can get pretty expensive.
Oh, gold?
She nods. She works with us closely. She's very good at her job.
Thank you. I think that brings some comfort at least.
She nods.
He will bow and bid her farewell.
Good luck. And then she goes back to her desk. And miraculously, 2 people come in and start talking to her.
Right. Okay, I think the name card is good. We have a
Yeah.
profit motivated person who is more reliable than the flower woman, I hope.
That is true. In the golds, at least it's not in the platinums.
Platinum, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you guys want to do?
Okay.
You are
He will return and report this to the others at the rendezvous point because I think we want to go to the PI in person.
sure.
Right. So,
There's
Nick-
still a lot of time before 5 o'clock for Zekin in particular.
Yeah.
I would like to, by the way, like when Zikin has this meeting, I'd like to
Yes.
join.
I was thinking of getting the whole party in with the PI.
Oh, for sure.
Hmm.
Oh wait, Zekin is meeting with the postman. You're meeting with the
Yes.
PI.
Yeah,
but
I would like to
everybody
meet
wants
with-
to.
Zikin's postman.
Okay, I think
Yeah, I'm
you
quite
can
interested in
move
the postman
together.
because they're confirmed. They're confirmed. What's it called? They're confirmed resistant.
Yeah. You have enough time to do both, essentially. You can do PI first, and then you can do postman.
Yeah.
Shortly
Hmm.
after.
Okay.
The
So
thing
we
is,
will ask Zikun if he knows this PI.
Zekin, you recognize Gaia. She is definitely good at what she does. She is very profit motivated. She has known
Okay.
to reject cases she doesn't like.
Okay.
But you can't
so-
remember what kind of cases she tended to drop.
Oh. Huh. Doesn't like.
Is
Okay.
she
Huh.
a
So
matriarch informer?
You're not sure.
that I don't know. Not sure. But
Okay.
I
Howl's
will.
belly voice like, is she, a matriarch informer?
Uh, I would let speaker now Christopher know that what he already knows, but adding on that she would reject offers if she doesn't like it, but not sure he doesn't sure what she doesn't like, as I don't think I have deal with her at all, but I know
Okay.
about her.
Speaker will TLDR the what he learned from Solis with the others. Like there's now a count of like 25 to 30 kids. Topher's information seems accurate about the locations and disappearances. It's still very it's extremely hush, and we can't find out anything about the noble because the case is tightly locked in there. Out of character, they may be under duress not to say anything, but I suspect that Zekan could probably look around among the limited number of nobles and tell us which of them is behaving drastically different than before. Is that within Zekan's power?
I can scout around, yes. Uh
Yeah.
that's
'Cause,
within
like,
my
I mean, we just need to
ability.
kind of look for the noble house that
Yeah.
is a bit more shut than usual and like acting like they have a funeral but not,
Easy
Yeah,
enough for you to scout.
Yeah. Okay, so that can be a Zekan thing. And then the PI, I guess we can go visit her then.
Yeah.
So,
Is everybody going
yeah.
to the PI?
I will
Does
dust
anyone have
myself off to
suggestions of information we might get from the flower lady? 'Cause I can't think of
Mm,
anything
I
super
feel like
unique.
we already like
Is it
exhaust her what you
Okay,
call her
the
is it a
information.
places
good
she said that
idea?
was safe.
Wait, one
Yeah,
by one.
sorry.
Um, Gunlog?
Can I suggest? Yeah. Can I suggest? So we got the butcherman, we got the postman, we got the flower lady. Can we try to get all of them to agree to meet up with each other so we can actually start sharing some information and getting a more cohesive group of people together
Wait, the flower lady
instead
that
of
I'm
them all being
talking
like, "Oh,
about
The
this
no
is
person."
the flower lady
is
is
the
not
flower
a
saleswoman.
she's a just an info
It's not
broker.
the one we delivered the package to.
Yeah,
It's
they're
a
two different
different
people.
one. It's
Oh,
flower
Yeah,
lady.
they are
different
different people.
ladies.
The one that Topher gave us the name, a different flower lady goes around town selling flowers,
Yeah,
like
the
in
street flower lady,
yeah,
not
Okay.
street
the
flowers.
shop flower lady.
Shop?
Right.
Her the reason why we have her contact is that because she walks around town selling flowers, so she hears and sees a lot. So if we want like specific information of where this incident occurred or what time and things like that, she might be useful, and she's willing to like talk to civilians, whereas the policewoman might be like, oh no, this is still under investigation. I can't like share stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Also, the
Uh,
flower lady is also expensive.
I mean, she's expensive if
Buying
you
flowers is
hire her.
expensive, but
Yeah.
if you want to like talk to her and get information, maybe it's not so expensive.
Mm.
Like, what they experienced was she's so well known in this area that she goes into a shop and gets stuff for free.
Yeah, like people know her. She might be a matriarch informant.
Oh, dun
Wow.
dun dun.
Mhm.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, but I can't really think of
I don't think I
much
can
at
think
the
of any.
moment to ask her.
The for the flower lady, I feel like we exhausted her information. Like for what we can ask at least, because we are not sure what to ask that she would be
Yes,
able to
because
give
we
us.
can ask more, because I have like second meeting with her available, and I can bring other person because I was like, oh yeah, the party is not for me actually, it's for like
You did
my
say that
friend
it's for a
child.
friend, yeah, friend child.
Yes, so we can
Uh,
run the angle of I bring someone and that someone's like, okay, thanks for setting this up. I actually am not looking for flowers for my child, but my child has actually gone missing and I'm looking for information.
Dun dun dun.
Oh,
that's so interesting. No, let's try the PI first and see what happens.
mm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
For the PI, I
Can,
will
can.
dust myself off and not look as like
Yes,
trusted.
please.
Yeah.
Homeless.
We need to look like we can pay them. Like,
I
here's
look
a silver
cool.
piece that I earned today.
The
Here you
PI is not
go.
gonna like recognize us, right? Surely.
I'm have a whole
Uh,
entire different look, so I don't think she will recognize me.
Yeah.
I mean, for
I'm
the
less
most part,
concerned about jacket and more about the
the
three
rest of you, because
war criminals.
remember,
It's
she's
okay.
very good at
Metal
her job,
Man's
Oh,
yeah,
right.
Metal
You
Man's
said
gone, so
yeah.
he's not here.
and she
And
works with
boss
the
is not
True.
police.
and boss is
Yes,
not
and
wearing her
she works
Bosk
with
mask.
is
the police.
discreet.
Yeah, boss is
Yeah.
not wearing her
Bosk's
mask. So,
disguise is literally take off mask, put in
Yeah.
like slightly different colored
Yes.
contacts.
so
Yep.
the only person is not sure if they know the Windigo or not, but that's the only.
I
Oh,
don't think they'll know the
he looks
Wendigo.
different. Like
Yeah, I know she
Mm.
looks different, but
Yeah.
yes.
it's
And
So
They
even if
won't
he
know the
does, he's
I
just
Wendigo.
an
mean, the most
urban legend.
that's
Yes,
true.
he
yeah,
doesn't
yeah. The
exist.
most
That's not
recognizable
real.
one is me for sure.
Yeah,
Um.
but nobody in the right
Yeah.
mind,
Because I.
if they're wanted, would be so brightly colored. That's crazy, right?
that's
True,
crazy.
Right. And
true.
also like No one is going to like expect the person walking down the street randomly to be the genocidal maniac
Exactly. Like,
Without
that everyone fears.
Nobody
guards,
expects the
bodyguards,
Spanish
and army.
Inquisition, is what I'm hearing.
Yes,
Also,
yes, yes.
without
Yes.
armies, without bodyguards. Are we bodyguards? Who knows?
Well, okay,
I
for
am the bodyguard.
you are the bodyguard. Here's the thing about how the matriarch works. There would be an APB against you, obviously. Um, but you so people know you will be without matriarch bodyguards, but nobody in the right mind will be out in plain sight if they're wanted. Question mark.
Man, crazy
I'm
behavior.
here.
Question mark.
Unhinged.
I'm
That's nuts.
here.
But they don't know you're here.
Desperate,
Yeah,
even.
that's
Yeah.
the
It-
good part.
Once again, like if you saw like a picture on the news of some like crazy serial killer, and then like you're just walking around the street and walking past people, you're not going to be like, "Oh my god, look, that's him!"
It's them.
They're just going to walk past, and you're
I
not
mean,
even
most
going
of
to
the time,
realize.
look, most of the time,
Like-
people who pass by Tony Hawk is like, is that Tony Hawk? No, he's supposed to be younger. Turns out he's not because he's old.
He's old.
And then
Yes,
we
because
Maybe
he's
read
in
all the
his
about it,
police in
he's
search
now
of a large monetary reward that's been promised. We never know.
and then he's stories about Tony Hawk, like, guys, I think I saw Tony Hawk on the plane, and then he replies the tweet saying, yeah, that was me. Or people go up to him and like, you know, you kind of look like that guy Tony Hawk, and he was like, really? There's a
I
whole
am him,
bit-
and you're like, no, 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 you're not him. But
No,
you look
there's
like him, though.
literally
Nice
that.
try.
I remember
I actually I think I heard a story before, but won't go into detail because it will be like long.
It will be
I heard a
long.
story where like an actor literally got second place in his look-alike contest.
That was Elvis.
That was
Elvis won, I think, third in Elvis lookalike contest.
I know
Actually,
That's
I know Mr.
wild.
Bean also got that
Bad
treatment as
man.
well.
That is
Like
wild.
you look like
But yeah, so that is a
Okay.
gamble that you have amongst yourselves to go in as whoever you're dressed up as to a private investigator who is really good at her job and works for the police and hope that she doesn't recognize you.
I think you know what? I think just Speaker and Van will go since we did visit the police office. But you let us know what questions you may have for us, and we will have Floaty with you guys instead.
okay.
Cause like we don't
But
want
Floki
Floaty to
can't
be seen.
communicate with y'all, can? Oh, yeah.
I know, but we don't want Floaty to be seen.
Detection of... It's our only tie to Metal Man.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, I will
Alright,
look
so,
after the child.
Okay. So Speaker will go and find this office then. But any you guys have any questions, or we'll just play by ear as we go along?
First play by ear and see what she would lay down
Oh,
first.
we're just looking into the disappearances, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right now is disappearance, yeah. And you go with your
I'm
story
still
lah,
catching
like
up on what we're doing.
asking for help, looking for the person you asked to look
Yeah.
for.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, we will look for that particular kid and their mom first, which fits the
Mm.
narrative.
Mm.
And since you're the most recent case, so to speak, like they should still have like the warmest trail. I think I won't even try the noble just yet.
No.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. So right, you will go and approach the PI.
Okay. You go in through the door. There's a bell. You see ahead of you a waiting room, and you see two other people sitting down on one of the couches. One is reading a newspaper, and there doesn't seem to be a secretary. It's just a door to another room, which is currently closed.
Okay, Speaker will look around this room and like recall when things were like 200 years ago. Like, are there any like how is it furnished? Do they put like testimonials and certificates, whatever, around here, or just like whatever?
There
What's the vibe?
there are various newspaper clippings, some with her picture in it, and she is a Yuan-Ti female. She always has a hat
Oh.
and monocle on, and she's always with a notebook. Like in every picture, she's holding on to a notebook and a pen, and
The
she's got
branding is
very.
strong.
Her branding is super strong. Like her branding game, too good. Every time you see her in a picture, she's always looking dead into the camera, or dead into the eyes of the painter, or whatever it is. And
Looking
it's,
dead.
Damn, second. Why you gotta be like that? No. She doesn't scare people like Zekin, but she does have very curious, probing eyes. Even through a picture, you feel somewhat unnerved by how singular her gaze is.
Looks at Zekin, falls into
So
the.
suddenly get a
Is Dahlia
bullet.
Sunshine have a similar intensity?
Dahlia Sunshine, no, she was very chill until somebody pissed her off,
That
and then
was the snake lady.
Yeah, that was the snake lady. She is a Naga, not a Yuan-Ti.
Oh,
Yeah,
because I think it could be a very snake
Actual
kind of look.
tail.
actual
I
tail.
suddenly get a stray shot for no reason.
It's like-
Okay.
No, because
So
she'll
this-
like look at you fiercely, and then she'll fall into your eyes and
and then
struggle.
she'll pass out and tell
Yeah.
all her secrets. No, or maybe, but you know,
Okay.
she's just a little bean. She's a small bean. You are reading the testimonials. You are reading newspaper clippings. You are going through a shelf of awards, and then you hear
Okay.
the door open, and she calls the next person up. Somebody leaves, says thank you, looks at you, nods at you. The door closes again. Now there's one person ahead of you.
Okay. So speaker will see like based on these awards and newspaper clippings, what was her most recent success?
There is a picture of her shaking hands with a guy that you recall, Zekin, explaining to you. His name is Robert.
Oh.
The fatso.
She has the same
the
face
bad
in every
man.
photo.
Okay, what is the context in this one?
She is she's holding an award, something to do with like a person who is most valuable to the police who is not part of the precinct. I mean, he
Okay.
is a powerful guy. You remember that much.
Yeah, I remember. Okay, trying to narrow the search down. Do any of her successors have anything to do with missing children cases or breakthroughs?
There are a few clips of missing persons, presumed dead, found dead. A body was found in XYZ place. 2 or 3 cold cases that she shut. Yeah, mostly missing people. There is one where she busted a potential robbery in a museum, and this is totally not the plot for whatever it is, that Nicolas Cage movie.
Okay, but
National Treasure?
focusing on, has she any success with missing children cases?
She's
Or
successes with
anything that,
missing
like-
people.
Oh. Okay. But nothing turns up on like from the board that Christopher has
No,
on the red
no.
string or the police.
You don't see any of that on her board. Make me a self-insight check.
Yeah, this is not a good sign.
She might be working with the people
21.
that disappear the children.
You
21, yes, that's
you
what.
also remember that Zekin said that she's very money motivated. So you think most people just don't have enough money to hire her for some kid,
The noble would have.
maybe,
Whose
but
kid gone missing?
Yeah.
kid's still missing.
Really?
Mm. The noble's kid went missing how long ago, if we have any idea?
She did not specify.
Me and Sean.
No, I
Like
mean Topher and his
Topher might
ward
know.
and whatever.
Topher might know, but he didn't mention anything.
Mm.
Like, it seems as though the noble lead was sort of pushed aside.
Mm.
Like, it's not important to him.
Yeah, I suppose. Okay.
The
this is
door
going to be tough.
opens again. She bids goodbye to the previous person, and now the person ahead of you is going in. The door closes. You're
Okay, I need to think
next.
here. Mm.
They're asking her a question. She's giving the price, and they're like, "Okay, thank you, bye."
I'm poor. No thanks.
Okay. This I don't know if this is a long shot or not, but Beaker is going to look through revisit some of his past self as Wendigo, and like look at the success stories and all this. Like, there's this okay, she's working. Does this seem to be because when he was working on that side of the law, there would be people that they can use to cover up stuff or avoid certain stuff being exposed. Rather, like does she seem to be one of these, or does she seem to be genuinely on the cop side?
Make me a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh,
Dude. 19.
You try.
If that's not good enough, I can diamond soul.
Oh yeah, sure. Remember, you want to fail the save.
Oh. Yeah, then I
Diamond
can't make
Soul
it.
will not help.
Yeah, for you guys
That
to
does the
recall your
opposite.
history stuff,
Wait,
you need to
if you make a saving throw and fail, so if he didn't fail, is it?
Yeah, he passed.
Yeah.
So you try and
Yeah.
reach
Okay.
into that memory. But it eludes you for the moment. You're like, could she be? No. You feel kind of distracted at the moment since the person was already called in and you can't really sit in your reverie of memories and people who are trying to help you. Even they're just distracted by this cascade of information on this wall. Missing children, missing people, body found in a drum nearby a well. Not in the well, just next to the well. How nobody saw that? Oh, it's because the well was abandoned. Person tried to break in, could not break in. Like they're just too distracted, and you are too distracted. When
Oh, just how recently was the handshaking with the Robert part?
a couple of weeks ago,
Okay.
it's a new-ish. Like it hasn't started to fade yet. The door
okay.
opens and she looks at you. Feel her gaze on you from behind, and she goes, "Are you coming in, or are you just admiring my wall of achievements?"
He will nod and follow her into her office.
She puts her hand out to shake your hand. Gaia, at your service. How can I help you?
Thank you, Gaia. He shakes her hand. Yes. He will go along the same lines that he informed that he did from Solis. Say, I was given your name card from Miss Solis.
Oh, she gave you my
She
name
said
card.
You may be able to.
You must be
Yes.
important. And then she walks to the corner table where you see a crystal flask full of pale amber liquid in 2 glasses. Would you like some scotch?
Thank you, but I'll pass.
She pours herself a little bit. How is Solis?
Busy. And I think what I was asking about concerned her a bit, so this may be better.
She takes a sip. She sits down. Please sit. I do not want a guest of Solis to be standing. Yes. First of all, on the manner of price, I'm not the most cheap, nor am I the most medium. Very expensive. I have to say this before, just in case I am not part of your budget.
Maybe I could explain what I'm looking for and you could give an indication?
She puts her glass against her lip, sort of savoring the coolness of the crystal. She takes a sip. She's like, I don't really want to know other cases while I'm working on the case that I have until I know you are willing to pay. How much do you think whatever it is that you have is worth?
He thinks about this and says, there's families and missing children involved.
What?
I'm willing to fork out at least some. He'll mention that part and see if there's any response on the missing children.
She stays quiet, and again, the gaze that you remember seeing in the photos is directed at you at the moment, and you feel like she's boring right through your skull.
I'm not very good at this price thing, but he'll explain that he's doing a favor for the family at the lakes, for Miss Annie and a missing kid and the mom. This is a bit of a personal matter as well, due to some of his own attachments and having been traveled with someone who's also missing their parent. So this is a bit more of a heartfelt contribution from his side, just to try and get some closure for the families there. And then let's see, he will take out 9 gold pieces. Says these are from my own pocket. I don't know what sort of indication I'm working with, but if the case is beyond that range for the fees, then that would, well, let me know what you think.
She hasn't blinked at all as you go through your spiel. You also feel that Van next to you is bristling. How dare this person just talk about money when people are missing? But she keeps it to herself, thankfully. But she does sort of shift her gaze to the 9 gold. She shows that she's counting each and every piece that comes from you very visibly. But she doesn't touch it. This
Is that
could be
sort
a
of thing
start.
coverable?
I would consider this a retainer fee of sorts, non recoverable if the case goes south or if you want to rescind. This is a non refundable deposit.
He will nod and like leave it there as he leans back in.
How
Thank
many
you.
children? Again, she doesn't touch the money on the table at all.
I don't think I can pay for all the children, but I know them. I know that family a bit more, so those are the ones I'm focusing on.
She looks at you and she's waiting for a number.
As far I know, that family has lost one child under Miss Annie's care, and well, if you can get the mom, if you can find out something about the mother too. So one child and one mother.
She nods. She pulls out a piece of paper from the drawer next to her. It has a lot of tiny writing, and there is a field that says name of missing persons. And then she looks at you for a name. Who do I put for this missing person?
Okay, let's see. Okay, he will put from what he knows here. That was a. Give me a second. Cassandra and daughter. Daughter was under care of Miss Annie.
And you are close to this family, but you don't have the name of this daughter.
I knew the mother more. It's been a while since I visited.
Sorry, I had to tell off my cat from jumping to a place where he shouldn't be jumping. Right. So I'm guessing you've never met this child before. You don't know what she looks like. All right. She writes down Cassandra and quote
I guess
unquote daughter.
the only thing he can tell about the child is a guess of her height and such based on the
Information
correct
given by
information,
Kyle.
and there was about an age also, right? 5 or 6
Yeah,
or something.
about 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Right. At least we have that. How soon do you want me to start, and what kind of communique should you need? And then you also, from where you can see, you scan the page and you do see like a 10% deposit. And you're like, huh?
Yeah.
9 gold is 10%. Ah.
Yeah, I thought it could be quite a bit, but at least like that, just a start is good enough. So, how soon do you usually start, and how do you usually communicate? Do the clients come back here or what?
No, you can decide to come back here. My clients do different things. Some of them speak to me through a sending stone, which they deliver to me. I do not provide the sending stone. Some prefer to see me in my office once a day, although those tend to be more expensive
day.
clients and more demanding clients. For your fee, I could spare maybe you can come into the office once every week, or we could meet
Once
at
a
a
week.
place.
I think I'll visit you in the office at the end of the week. At least that's getting some closure.
That works. If I see or find any information that is pertinent, I will find you. That is the service that I provide. Now, she goes through the list of details. What other information do you give her? Because she's writing all of this down. Like, she has extensive columns for notes upon notes upon notes.
Okay. He will. I think he will mainly he will avoid trying to give any information that could out himself. So he'll just focus. He'll just mention that like apparently this is like this isn't the first case that there's like other kids gone missing, and he's really worried where this is going, and just hopes to like find his mother and child at least for that side. And that's
We
about
don't
it.
really have information on the mother's disappearance, right?
No, not at all.
No, we don't. But the name was important. Yeah, the name. That's all.
You know when
Yeah.
she disappeared, which was 2 weeks before the
Yeah.
the kid got
Okay.
Ah, okay,
disappeared. Though
that's
Ah,
good information.
yeah.
Because we
He'll
know
give that information that he did tell the policewoman or get from the policewoman. Yeah.
we know where the kid went missing, right?
yeah,
Yes.
Based on Craig's story.
I
You wanna
do
give
want
that,
to
or
remind you
no,
that
but he did not.
they
He
are
did not tell
two
the
different
policewoman that one.
instances because as far as the policewoman knows, these were just like 3 adult halflings or something. And they don't know if the
but
same
wait, do we know
child.
it's the same? It's
You
supposed
know
to be
it's the same
No, we
child.
the lake child. Okay,
You know
okay.
it's the lake child, but everybody else thinks they're 2 separate incidents, unrelated to each other.
Or they claim to think that it's 2 separate incidents.
Wait. Sorry. What? The child that the children that Craig saw is not the same kid, right?
It's the same kid. There's 3.
Huh?
One is identified to be Cassandra's daughter,
Oh.
Yes.
but
Oh.
that's
The others
information
are-
that you have that Topher has.
That's not released to the public.
But everybody else thinks they're 2 separate things.
Mm. Uh. Oh. Okay. But the disappearance there. Okay. Then in that case, he'll mention like the date of the mother's disappearance, the kid's disappearance, and that he heard
Was that the
there was
same
this
date?
there was nah,
No,
he
it's
said
not
there
the
was this
same day.
incident with like there
Okay.
was this incident in the marketplace at this particular area and time that he wonders if it's related to the date or something like that. Like he won't say he knows it's the daughter because that's really sus, but he will mention that and like what kind of like I heard there was this thing here. It was really close to her missing date. I wonder if there's anything to do with it.
She writes that down as like a separate note. Make me an insight check.
Okay.
Also, roll me a d20 for Van.
That's a 18. D20 roll for Fan. Oh, 18 net 18 for Van.
Big.
Big. She got a bit higher than you.
Very
You
nice.
hear Van sort of. You don't hear anything from her. You see her sort of move a little bit, like uncomfortably. But nothing, no comments from her. Right. So this incident that you think might be related, you don't think they're just coincidental, considering they are about a week apart.
I'm a bit desperate, so I don't really know. But that's just all I have.
It's something every lead should be followed. I will follow up with this. One cannot be too dismissive of the gut feelings of the people involved. She puts like an exclamation mark next to what you just said. Anything else I should be privy of?
I think we'll have more after a week, Miss Gaya. Thank you.
She nods. Well, I will see you off then. She stands up, she finishes her drink, and then she puts it back on the table that she keeps her alcohol. And then she opens the door. I
Alright,
think you should be able to find your way out. Then she points to the main door.
Thank you. Christopher will move out with Van.
She says, Goodbye. She bids you adieu. Oh my god, this cat.
All right, we head outside. Then after that, the speaker will look to Vent. You picked up something?
She was kind of surprised that we made that connection. I saw something. I saw she sort of blinked. And for the whole time, aside from seeing the money and her eyes move, she doesn't really blink, which is disconcerting.
Well, she is a Yuan-Ti. I'm not very familiar with those, but
Surely
that she
they blink.
blinked then is a good
We
sign.
have eyes.
But I found it strange that she sort of flinched at that. I think we could go back to the rest and see what they think with this information. At least, you know, we hired her. And 10%, that's daylight robbery. Surely.
Well, we'll see what turns up.
She nods. As you make your way back to your friends at your designated location, this is where we're gonna end for today. Thank you everybody for playing. It's a good first session. Lots of stuff that needs to be rehashed and reminded.
Regathered.
You're making
Yeah, I was a bit worried about engaging the PI and talking and bullshitting about the fam thing, but I suppose like Christopher tried to put it as if like he knew the mom and there's something personal about this kind of thing. lah.
I'm so glad
So I
she did
hope-
not ask for a description of the mom.
Look, she's interested in the
Speaker's
missing
like,
people more than
alright,
anything.
you only
Yeah.
you only know the mom. What does the mom look like? Oh,
You know what might happen
uh,
is actually what will happen is she's gonna visit the lake people.
Yeah.
But that's a problem for future you. Thank you everybody for watching. We're gonna
Thank you.
turn off the screen, the stream and talk offline. Bye.
Bye.
Well,